Good morning, my children, and welcome back to our science classes. As we are dealing with our lesson number 6, which is dealing with the topic conservation of plant and the animals. In this lesson, we have seen the different type of the definitions about the species, about the habitat, about the endemic species, about the extinct species, endangered species, threatened species, and the threatened species. And in this video we have also seen what are the various reasons for the what are the various reasons for the loss of the biodiversity. How the deforestation is being responsible for the loss of biodiversity, means the number of plant and animals in this world. How the nature itself is being responsible for the less number of the plant and the animals in this world. Now, after this video we have seen the topic organizations involved in the conservation, means what are the various organizations which are being involved in the conservation of the plant and the animal species in this world. So, my children, in this today's topic we will start with the topic organizations involved in the conservation. So, my children, there are various type of the organizations which are working at the local level, international level, and the national level. There are various type of organizations which are working at the local level, national level, and the international level, which are working for the conservation of the plant and the animals in this world. And all these organizations are not only involved in protecting the plant and the animals in this world, but they are creating the awareness among the people about the importance of the plant and the animal, so that the common peoples can understand the importance of this plant and the animals in the nature, and they can start conserving them. Now, my children, for example, there is one organization which are called the international. The international organization. The international organization for conservation. For conservation of nature. There is one organization. The name of that organization is the International Organization for Conservation of the Nature. This organization is working at the international level. This organization is working at the international level, and the short form of this organization is the IUCN. The International Organization for Conservation of the Nature. The short form of this organization is the IUCN. This IUCN, or the International Organization for the Conservation of the Nature, is working worldwide. It is working worldwide, and it is checking the conservation status of the plant and the animals in this world. This organization is working all across the world, and it is checking the conservation status of the plant and the animal species in this world. Now, there are various other type of the local organizations and the national organizations which are working on their own level for creating the awareness among the peoples for the conservation of plant and the animals. So, my children, this IUCN, it is not only checking the conservation status of the plant and animals across this world, but this IUCN is also maintaining the red data book. The red data book, in this red data book, this IUCN is also maintaining the red data book. In this red data book, it is having the list of the, in the red data book, it is in the list of endangered species, threatened species, and the rare species. So, my children, this IUCN, or the International Union for the Conservation of the Nature, is maintaining one book called the Red Data Book, in which it is having the list of the endangered species, threatened species, and the rare species of plant and animals. Not only the animal species. They are having the red data book for the endangered species of the plant and the animals in this world, which need the conservation. It needs the focus at once. It means they need such type of species need a lot of care and the protection. Suppose this lot of care and the protection is not being given to these animals, soon these animals will come under the category of the extinct species, and this species will be no more in this world. So this International Union for Conservation of the Nature is maintaining one book called the Red Data Book, in which it is the list of the endangered species, threatened species, and the rare species, which needs the conservation at once. Otherwise, all these species become the extinct species. So, my children, and after this, my children, so there is one organization. Now it is the IUCN is an organization which is working at the international level. There are various non-government organizations, NGOs. There are various NGOs. There are various NGOs or the non-government organizations which are working at the local level for the conservation of plant and animals. So, some of the NGOs are checking the conservation status, means whatever the rules and the regulations, which are being set up by the government, whether these rules and the regulations are strictly followed by the peoples or not. All these rules and regulations are being misused or they are being implemented for the conservation of the plant and animals in a proper way or not. So some of the NGOs or the non-government organizations, NGOs means the non-government organizations. Some of the NGOs or the non-government organizations, they are checking whether the rules and the regulations laid by the government are well implemented for the status of conservation or not. And some of the NGOs or the non-government organizations are also spreading the awareness among the peoples for the conservation of plants and the animals. Children, and some of the famous conservation programs which have been done in India. So let us see some of the conservation. Some conservation programs. Some conservation program is became very famous. Some conservation program became famous are, for example, Van Mahotsav. It is a well-known conservation program which was being started for the conservation of the forest. In this program is the Van Mahotsav program. This conservation program, the peoples were taught about the importance of the plant in this world, and in this Van Mahotsav, more and more trees are being planted in the forest, and the cutting down of the trees have been stopped from the forest. The local peoples, those who are destroying the forest, they are being made aware. So they are being made aware by the government as well as by the NGOs and all, to understand the importance of the forest, to understand the importance of the wild animals. And for this, Van Mahotsav has been started to protect our forest. So this Van Mahotsav is a well-known conservation program which is protecting our forest. When the forests are being protected, not only the trees are being protected, but our wild animals are also being protected in this forest. So the Van Mahotsav, in this category of the Van Mahotsav, peoples are not being allowed to cut down the trees, but more and more trees are being planted in the forest area. So Van Mahotsav is one of the famous conservation program which has been started in India, and it is well known for protecting the forest with the plant and animals. Not only plant are protected, but the animals also are protected in this. Second one is the CHIPCO movement. CHIPCO movement. CHIPCO movement was also one of the greatest conservation program which became so much famous in the Himalayan region. Actually, this CHIPCO movement has been started by the Sundarlal Bahuguna. This CHIPCO movement has been started by the Sundarlal Bahuguna in the Himalayan region, and it also became so much famous for the conservation of the forest. In this also, the women of the villages were not allowing the men to cut down any of the trees. This CHIPCO movement, it is also working for protecting the forest. It also become so much famous for protecting our forest. Now third one is the Project Tiger. Martin, the third famous conservation program was the Project Tiger. In the Project Tiger, this program was basically launched to protect the tiger species in this world. So what are the tiger species which are being left? not only in India but all across the world, this tiger species shall be protected with the help of the program called the Project Tiger. Now let us see something more about this Project Tiger. Actually, this Project Tiger has been started in the year 1973. This Project Tiger has been started in the year 1973. In this, the main aim of this Project Tiger was to protect the tiger species. So my children, first of all, what happened in this project? First of all the site, all the natural habitat or all the natural natural areas where the tigers are being found. First of all, all the areas where the tigers are being found, they have been recorded. Means these are the particular places where the tigers have been found, and these areas have been declared as the reserved areas. Means cutting down of the trees and hunting of these animals is being totally prohibited. So no one can cut down the trees from these areas, and nobody can hunt any type of the animals from these areas. This conservation program became this much popular that it not only helped in the increasing the population of the tiger in the forest, but it also helped for protecting the different type of the other wild animals also in the forest. Not only the wild animals have been protected in this along with the tigers, but the trees and what are the forest trees are there, they have also been protected from the cutting down. So this Project Tiger was also one of the famous conservation program which had been started in India, and the main aim was to protect the tiger species. Now my children, so these were some of the famous conservation programs. For example, one was it was dealing with the conservation of the forest. Chepko movement, it was also dealing with the conservation of the forest, and the Project Tiger, it is mainly dealing with the conservation of the tiger or the protection of the tiger species all around India and all around the world. So these were some of the conservation programs which have been done from time to time in India and across the world. So not only, but it is not only the responsibility of the government, and it is not only the responsibility of the NGOs or the IUCN. It is the responsibility of each and every citizen. It is the responsibility of each and every citizen in this world or in our country to understand the importance of the plant and the animals. Because if plant and animals are not there, our life will also will not be there. Because we all are interdependent upon one another. Plants are dependent upon animals, animals are dependent upon plant, and we the human beings are dependent upon both plant and the animals. To create the balance or to maintain the balance in the nature, each and every living organism in this world is important. To maintain the balance in this nature, each and every living organism is very important, whether it is the smallest microorganism, whether it is the mighty blue-whale animal or the elephant, lion, tiger or the plant animals or the human being. Each and every animal is having its own importance for maintaining the balance in the nature. So my children, this lesson have taught us that we should basically conserve the plants and the animals. Instead of hunting the animals and instead of cutting down the trees, we should plant more and more trees, and we should protect the animals around us without hurting them. Now let us see some of the keywords what we have to keep about this lesson. Keywords. So my child, first of all we have seen the biodiversity. As it is saying, bio means life, diversity means the different forms. So Martin, in the very general language, let us see the definition of the biodiversity. Mean the different forms of the life which are there on the earth. The different forms of the life which are there on the earth, they come under the category of biodiversity. Mean the different type of the plant, animals, human beings, and the different variety of the animals which have the life in them, which are present on the earth, they are called the biodiversity. So this bio is life, diversity is different form. So the different forms of life, different forms of the life which are living on the earth, it is called the biodiversity. And we can say it more systematic also. The number and variety of the plant, animals and the other organisms. The number and the variety of plant, animals and the other organisms that are found in different part of the world is known as the biodiversity. Now second one is the species. We have seen this definition of species. What is a species? A species is a group of plant or animal. A species is a group of plant or animals which have a certain common characteristics, and which separate them from other species which can easily interbreed among themselves, which can easily reproduce among themselves. And suppose if we are looking at particular animal, all these animals will look alike. So species is a group of plant or animals which have a certain common permanent characteristics which separate them from the other group, and they can easily interbreed among themselves. Now after that we have seen the habitat. H-A-B-I-T-A-T, habitat. What is habitat? The natural living place of an organism is called its habitat. The natural living place of an organism is called its habitat. Means the natural place where any particular organism is living in the nature, that is called its habitat. Then we have seen about the endemic species. E-N-D-E-M-I-C, endemic species. Endemic species. What are endemic species? Those species of plant, those species of the plant and animals which are being found at one particular place only. Those species of plant and animals which are being found at one particular place only in this world, and they are not being found anywhere else. They are known as endemic species. So those species of plant and animals which are being found at one particular place only, and they are not found anywhere else, they are called the endemic species. For example, we have seen about the kiwis. Kiwis are being found in the New Zealand, and the kangaroos are found only in the case of Australia. Except this place, they are not found anywhere. Then we have seen about the extinct species. E-X-T-I-N-C-T, extinct species. Extinct species. In this we have seen those species which are no more in the living form. Those species of plant and animals which are no more in the living form in this world, they are called the extinct species. Once again I am saying, those species of plant and animals which are no more in the living form in this world are called the extinct species. Now after this we have seen about the endangered. E-N-D-A-N-G-E-R-E-D, endangered species. Endangered species. What are endangered species? In the case of the endangered species, we have seen, suppose any species of plant and animals are reducing at a very rapid or fast rate. Suppose any species of the plant and animal are being reducing at a very fast rate, but still now that species have not become extinct. But suppose the proper care and attention is not given to such type of the plant and animal, soon these animals become the extinct species. So endangered species of plant and animals are those species which are reducing in the nature at a very fast rate. So they need the rapid conservation. Suppose the proper care and attention is not being given to them, so these species become the extinct species. So my dear, these are different type of the keywords which we have summarized in this lesson. So my dear channel, by this explanation of this lesson is over. In our next video we will upload all of the question answers of this lesson. So please complete the series of copies till the lesson number 6.